Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday, and super excited that you guys can join me for a live stream. This was kind of impromptu, but I decided to do it. And yeah, it's going to be a great stream. We're going to be talking about the Intuit Academy and diving right in. How does it work? Is it accessible? What do I think? You're going to find out in today's stream. If you have any questions along the way, go ahead and throw them in chat. I'm going to be answering questions as we go. And a note about today's stream, I'm going to be sharing my screen reader in the entire stream. So what that means is I'm going to be sharing my chat. So if you have a chat message that you don't want everyone else to hear, well, then I would recommend not sending it, because everyone is going to hear every chat message that is being chatted through the text to speech. So that's kind of how I read my chat messages. So just to keep that in mind, I would keep your chat messages civilized. But with that little disclaimer out of the way, we're going to go ahead and log into the Intuit Academy and talk about what it is, what it can do, and is it accessible. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to go ahead and explore the Intuit Academy interface. Again, if anyone is in chat, go ahead and say hi. Always love to see who's around. And if you guys are not familiar with who I am, my name is Taylor Arndt, and I'm a oh, wow. I am not doing the best today, y'all. It's been a kind of crazy week at work, and I'm just not recovered. So, my name is Taylor Arndt, and I am a blind bookkeeping professional. I am from Austin, Texas, and I make videos on this channel documenting being a blind bookkeeper and how I do different things. So if you like this content, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 500. I'm at 463. Let's go ahead and try to make that 500. So anyways, that was a little bit about myself, but let's go ahead and dive into the content. All right, share my screen. Share my screen. Oops, I'm hearing myself real quick. Get rid of this. I did not realize that I've been hearing myself whenever I would go live. Sorry about that, y'all. You probably heard double of me for just a second there. But we're on the Intuit Academy screen here, and the first thing I want to do is I just want to take a look at the homepage, see what they have to offer. So, oops.
Intuit Academy document, completion of the Intuit out of region link www.
Alright, so here's the screen reader, and it should be reading everything.
Link turbotax.intuit.com set equals second.
Yep, so it's just reading all the TurboTax.
Link visited link quickbooks.intuit.com SC equals sec I.
It's kind of weird link labels there, but that's kind of something we have to look at for.
Link MailChimp.com link sign in.
MailChimp.
Clickable. List with 2 items clickable programs.
Programs. So there's all these different programs, and if I click on this link, let's see what they offer. Because the Intuit Academy is a pretty new program, and what they do is they help people to be certified in either bookkeeping or taxes. And the certification used to be offered on a platform called Coursera, but it has now moved to the Intuit Academy. And I was super excited because I didn't want to have to deal with Coursera and trying to do the Pearson Proctor test for the bookkeeping certification. And so when I found out that it was available on the Intuit Academy, I was super excited to jump in. But I soon realized that it wasn't accessible, and I'll get to that in just a second. So the Intuit Academy is a great place to go to learn more about bookkeeping and taxes.
Button. Clickable fact.
All right, so FAQs.
Out of list clickable link register today for the Intuit Academy monthly webinar on Thursday, January 12th at 2 p.m. PST. Gain the skills. Free online crowd. Button sign up for free.
Okay.
Button overview of Intuit Academy. 50 flexible learning paths.
So I can sign up. I'm just going to go ahead and log into my existing account, but I just wanted to show you guys the interface here. And then you guys can be able to see how it looks. So let me go ahead and sign into my existing account, and I can show you guys what the bookkeeping path looks like. Do we have anyone in chat? Go ahead and say hi if you are around.
Link W visited link quickbooks. Link MailChimp.com link sign in.
I'm going to sign in real quick.
Link Intuit. Phone number, email, user, spelling error to media. Intuit account sign in document blank. Password edit.
I'm just using my standard Intuit
account sign in document blank.
Login username and password here.
Intuit Academy. Clickable main landmark link sign in. Clickable list with 2 items clickable
I'm
programs.
logged in now, and of course you can hear my screen reader blabbing. So if you've never heard a screen reader before, that's what it tends to do. It just blabs all over the place. So just, you know, you'll get used to that as you hear my videos. But let's go ahead and explore what this has to offer.
Out of list. Clickable frequently asked questions heading level 4.
I'm just using my headings because as a screen reader user, I can use H for headings and it will navigate to all the headings on the page. So I'm at the frequently asked questions.
Button collapse. What's the benefit of completing an Intuit Academy program and earning a badge?
I don't really want to read these right now,
Link
but
W.
you can read these for yourself.
Link turbo. Link W. Visited link mailchimp.com.
I want to try to find my bookkeeping course I've been working on.
Clickable T.
So,
Clickable. List with free items. Clickable programs. Button. Clickable fact.
and of course, there's unlabeled buttons here.
Out of list. Clickable link. Register today for the Intuit Gain the Skills. Free online crowd. Button. Overview of Intuit flexible learning self-paced course. Clickable learn more button. Clickable bookkeeping course. 40 HR accounting cons. Learn the fundamental may qualify. Progress 0. Progress bar 0. Progress 0% complete. Progress button. Resume learning.
So I'm going to go ahead and do my
Resume
bookkeeping course, and it says it's 0%
Loading.
completed. But I've completed
Loading.
some modules, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. But as I'll show you guys, there's some things in these activities that I can't do. And this is where things become a little bit inaccessible.
Keyboard navigation. Quit out of menu. Banner landmark frame. Clickable main landmark. Link www.intuit.com. Link TurboTax. Link W. Visited link quickbooks.intuit.com. SC equals set I. Link mailchimp.com. Clickable.
Of course, all that nonsense.
Main landmark Intuit Academy link heading levels bookkeeping, accounting concepts and financial statements. You'll gain a foundational understanding of accounting principles and get an introduction to QuickBooks Online with hands-on practice in real-world accounting scenarios. You don't need a degree or prior experience to get started. If you're a detail-oriented person about solving clients' problems, this program is for you. This learning path covers list with 4 bullet assets in accounting. Here link. At any time, you may choose to take the exam. Link here. Clickable accounting concepts and measurement. IA 7971. In this course, you will be introduced to the role of a bookkeeper.
So this is the first course in the little
Intuit Academy
module here, and I just clicked on that first course. And here we go. We've got all these different modules that are presented.
Keyboard navigation, quick links, menu item, skip to main content. Main landmark, here's where.
That's very helpful. Skip to main content. That just skips to the main content of the screen.
Clickable main landmark, here's where you left off. The accounting equation, IA 7974. Resume where you left off. Start.
Now.
Where you left. Learning now. Here's where you left off. The accounting equation, IA 79. Clickable button. Resume where you left off.
So I can do resume where I left off. Now, this accounting equation activity is very difficult. The reason is because it has drag and drop functionality. And if y'all are not aware, maybe a lot of you guys don't know this, drag and drop functionality is completely inaccessible for someone who uses screen readers because I can't use the mouse to drag and drop different items on the screen. So, Intuit, if you're watching this video, which I really hope you are right now, try to find an alternative activity because there are other people who have trouble with dragging and dropping. And they can't complete these lessons because they can't use the drag and drop. And I'm not going to always have a sighted person to help me with all these different activities. So if we want to include equitable access for everyone, we're talking about this with Bookkeeping Side Hustle yesterday. Actually, it was, what day was that? Thursday. Is a bookkeeping career accessible? Well, it all starts with a training. And unfortunately, this Intuit training is not accessible for a blind person. Not really at all. I mean, it's somewhat accessible, but it's not great because there's a lot of dragging and dropping. And again, drag and drop is not helpful. So maybe instead of dragging and dropping, maybe having like a quiz or some other activity where they have to do something, but just please don't have us drag and drop things. That's just not going to help us. So anyways, let's see what else we have. Button. That's also not going to help us because that is literally reading as a button. We don't know what that button does. Let's click it, see what it finds out. But we can't actually know as a screen reader user.
Intuit Academy heading level 1. Main clickable button previous. Button frame clickable dialog slide. Blank.
Okay, and then there's a dialogue that doesn't gain focus, which is not helpful.
Dialog slide. Slide. Resume heading level 3 resume. Clickable would you like there is a button yes.
I would like to resume where I left off.
Main landmark. Slide. Activity. Blank. Main landmark frame clickable. Main landmark graphic blue BG Adobe stock 126,353,528.png.
Y'all, that was absolutely terrible. So that was actually an image in Intuit's site, and that had not properly been alt tagged. So Intuit, we need to work on our alt text a little bit there. So alt text is a way to give alternative descriptions for blind people or others who use screen reading technology. So alt tags need to be worked on.
Graphic blue BG Adobe stock 120. Graphic pasted help you understand what is considered an asset, a liability, and equity by categorizing each item. Here for him.
Now, how am I going to do this? This is exactly what I was talking about. This is a drag and drop. So,
graphic normal at 10x.png.
Normal add 10x. Again, not very helpful into it.
Rectangle 1.
Rectangle 1.
Rectangle 2.
Rectangle 2.
Rectangle 3.
Rectangle 3. Wonderful descriptions.
Rectangle 4.
Again, rectangle 4.
Assets.
Assets.
Liabilities. Equity. None of these. Rectangle. 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 Mortgage. Drag each item to the appropriate accounting equation category and press the submit button. Yeah, it's like, how am I going to drag these items? They're not even labeled. So I can't even go forward because
I can't even do the simple activity. And it's like I know all the answers, but I can't even do it. So therefore, I'm already locked out of the first module or two. And that just makes me really, really sad. Because I want to get this certification, but I can't do it because it's not accessible. So, do I have anyone in my chat? I want to make sure that my chat's working. Let me go ahead. I'm going to just head over to my chat application, make sure anyone's here.
Meeting controls, restream chat row 1, restream chat row 1, column 1. Click of the chat is waiting for new messages.
Alright.
Intuit.
Doesn't look like anyone's watching. Well, if you're watching on replay and you have comments to share, put them in the comment section. I'm trying to get this video noticed by people who can actually make a change in this area. Because again, I would love to complete this certification just to have another badge on my profile and to learn a little bit more. But I really can't when it's not that accessible to me. So, really, the 3 or 4 main problems that I have are, number one, that there's not a lot of labels, right? A lot of the things in terms of the alt text for images is not labeled properly, so I don't understand what the images are. Number two, the activities are inaccessible, so as a screen reader user, I can't drag and drop different items on the screen to complete the activities. Very inaccessible. Number three, there's a lot of buttons and things that don't have labels or that have mislabeled, so they say one thing, but actually when I click on them, they do another. That's also not that helpful. And finally, the navigation is not that intuitive for switching modules and figuring out what's completed, and the percentages in terms of that kind of thing for blind users. So those are kind of the main areas that are a little bit of a problem. Now I'm going to go ahead and look at tax, because I've actually never looked at the tax section. So let's go ahead and look at that live together, y'all.
Moderator. Hey.
Okay, so someone in our chat named Moderator.
I see that we're live.
Moderator says they see that I'm live.
What's up?
What's up? Well, not a whole lot. I'm doing a lot of different live streams and things on QuickBooks, but yeah, not a whole lot. What's up in your world? All right, so let's go ahead and look at the tax section. Let's see if that actually is accessible. Again, I've never looked at this before ever, so this will be a whole new thing for me. But let's see if we can even find the tax section. That'd be a start. Let's see. So
out of frame keyboard navigate out of menu banner landmark frame clickable main landmark link www link turbo link up visited link quickbooks dot link mailchimp dot clickable out of frame visited link tag clickable button collapse table of contents clickable main landmark heading level 1 the accounting click banner clickable button collapse table visited link tag.
Let me go back.
Banner landmark back visited link.
Moderator. Is this your only channel?
Is this my only channel? Yes. Primarily, this is my only channel. I have contributed content before on Michael Doey's channel, which you can find in the channel banner, as well as the Techopolis channel, which is more of a tech and programming and gaming channel. Again, found in the channel banner. But yes, this is my primary channel as of right now. And it will be. So, yeah. If you're not subscribed, please do.
Heading level 1 Intuit Academy. Keyboard navigation quick links menu item skip to main content.
All right.
Out of menu banner landmark frame clickable main landmark link www.intuit visited link quickbooks.
Sorry for all the verbiage, guys. This is what happens when you use a screen reader.
Moderator. Great work.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Super exciting. Thank you for saying that. Also, speaking of great
Moderator.
work.
Subscribed.
Thank you. Speaking of great work, y'all, I've got my first podcast sponsor. So if you're not familiar with my podcast, I do a weekly podcast about being a blind bookkeeper called Booksite. And I have my first ever podcast sponsor for this coming episode. I'm super excited about that. So go ahead and go to booksite.net to learn more about becoming a sponsor yourself. If you don't want to become a sponsor, go ahead and donate. So if you just want to donate to the show and keep the lights on, that's also great too. But I'm super excited about that because that definitely makes me happy. Even though I'm just starting out. So yeah, I just thought I wanted to say that.
Clickable. Out of frame visited link tag.
Let me go back.
Button collapsed. Intuit Academy head keyboard navigation out of menu banner landmark
right.
clickable main landmark link www.
Let me find tabs.
Link turbotax.link visited link quickbooks link mailchimp.com clickable out of frame clickable button collapsed clickable main landmark graphic no description available.
No description available. Very helpful.
Bookkeeping Intuit Academy 16 clickable 0% learning plan for 8 hours 14 clickable button resume where you left off button about this learning plan heading level bookkeeping accounting concepts and no next heading.
Let me find tabs.
You'll gain QuickBooks degree or pride about solving clients. Your link clickable accounting concepts and measurement in Discord clickable the accounting in Discord. You will also clickable accounting clickable inventory account clickable property and clickable applying accounting clickable liabilities and equity and clickable payroll clickable equity and liability clickable
Moderator. Found your YT channel on Upwork.
Ah, Upwork, yeah. Definitely. I'm on Upwork. I was trying to hire for some things, so yeah.
Clickable understanding reconciliation.
All right. Let me find the tax thing, y'all.
Clickable how to read financials. Clickable analyzing key reports and transactions. IAA. Clickable application and Discord.
This
You
is
will be
not
learning.
working very well
No
for
next
me.
step.
Also, Intuit, we need to learn how to use headings because I'm serious. There's no heading navigation on this page, which is making my job an absolute nightmare right now. So, yeah, I'd appreciate we have some headings here, y'all. That'd be very, very helpful.
Dialog. Content info.
All
Main
right.
landmark dialog. Dialog. Content info landmark separator. Copyright power copyright.
Where's
Heading left keyboard navigate out of
tax?
menu banner landmark frame clickable main landmark link W double link turbo link up
Let me
visited link
find
quick link mailchimp.com
tax if I
clickable.
can
Clickable.
find it.
Out of frame clickable button collapsed. Clickable banner landmark button collapsed. Clickable. Clickable. Main landmark graphic no description of bookkeeping. Intuit 16 courses. Clickable 0%.
Let me
6 bookie graphic
see.
no clickable. Banner landmark clickable. Clickable button collapsed. Space. Main landmark resume where you. Banner landmark button collapsed. Intuit Academy document button collapsed.
Okay.
Clickable banner landmark clickable button collapsed. Recognizing result blank.
I can't open that menu,
Button collapsed.
which
Clickable.
is not
Clickable.
helpful.
Clickable. Clickable. Main landmark graphic no description available. Bookkeeping. Intuit Academy. 16 courses.
All right,
Bookie graphic banner
so
clickable button collapsed. Frame clickable. Main landmark clickable. Link mailchimp.com visited link double out of
I'm
frame
gonna
keyboard
have
navigation quick links menu item skip
to
to main content out of menu heading level 1 Intuit Academy. Heading level 1
go
Intuit
back
Academy.
and
Toolbox E A dot X space and select A I N T U R T space C A F E.
what I had to do, y'all, is I had to
level 1.
Google.
Showing ads read clickable list with applied main clickable Intuit Academy heading level 3 visit list with 1 items clickable sign up for free Intuit Academy clickable people also ask clickable videos heading left clickable Intuit video clickable list with 1 item sign up for free Intuit Academy clickable Intuit Academy heading
Yeah,
level
I
3.
had to actually Google Intuit Academy tax, and then
Intuit
I'm
Academy
hoping I
clickable
can
main
just
landmark
look
as
at
above
it.
Intuit Academy
Moderator.
personal finance.
Do you stream every night?
Do I stream every
Or
night?
is this the only night you are live?
I don't stream every night. I honestly stream whenever the heck I feel like it. Really, though, I've streamed twice this week, and who knows? I'm going to be doing a lot more content, though. But also, I did do a huge video on the bookkeeping side hustle channel this week, so I'm going to put that in the chat as well once I'm done here. And I want you guys to go check her out. Her name is Kate. She does awesome work about becoming a bookkeeper and doing it either as a full or part-time side hustle. She is really cool, and I'm really excited because she's going to be moving to Texas in June, and that makes me incredibly happy. So she is a great person. Follow her channel as well. But no, I just go live whenever I feel like it.
Time with clickable heading level 4 frequently asked questions.
All right, where's tax?
No next heading.
Tax,
Time over 3
tax,
let's reimagine
tax.
tax prep come work with us. VP Intuit Expert Network Stacy here today. Wait a step we're looking now is applicable you may qualify. Learn to file complicated tax rental of 20-inch course. Tax level 2. Clickable you may qualify. Learn to prep federal individual 30 HRS course. Tax level 1.
All right, here we go. Tax level 1. I found tax level 1. So this is the first course. It's the first tax course. It's called tax level 1. There's 2 courses, tax level 1, tax level 2. Here is tax level 1. Let's go ahead and see if we can't do a little bit of it. I don't want to do the whole thing, but I want to try to do some of it on stream, see how accessible it is, and compare the two.
Clickable. Button collapse feedback. Clickable. Blank. Clickable button. Main landmark. Clickable content info link.
Let's see.
Link up.
Also, the links at the bottom are not accessible, so let's go ahead and make those accessible, where it says link. Not helpful for me.
Clickable Intuit Academy tax level 1 FAQs heading level 4. Tax expert. Catherine Rajam. Knowledge and research of preparers on this course will build tax prep assistant and tax associate. Schedule. Once you earn your Intuit Academy badge. Tax level 1. You'll stand out for roles such as join the Turbo, get your badge. Apply, join our team. Button view objectives. Review the exam objectives and yes, you check out what's on the prompt first. Except for other people, that will be the screen option multiple choice exam that will display the question or. The exam is 100% online and you have 2 hours to complete it. What's on the tax deductions and documents and identify what you'll learn. Take the exam with outcome returns if you'll learn the foundation online exam. Self-paced learning. Estimated time 30 hours. Button enroll. $0. $149 value. Button enroll.
All right, so I'm
Dialog.
enrolling.
Successful learn.
That's a pretty easy process. I'm enrolling in tax level 1, so let's see if I can actually do some of this. And it now gives me a dialogue. It's pretty accessible.
Separator. Menu button submenu cancel.
Or
Button
not.
confirm enrollment.
Ooh, excuse me.
Button enroll.
All right.
Alert success you enrolled in tax level 1.
So tax level 1. Here we
Button
go.
take exam. Button start learning.
I don't want to take the exam yet.
Start learning button.
I want to start learning. And
Loading.
it's probably going to have us play some videos. We'll just kind of listen to this and see how accessible it is. But I just wanted to kind of look at it.
Keyboard navigation, quick links menu,
All
menu,
right.
main landmark, Intuit Academy, visited link heading, tax level 1,
Go.
federal individual tax returns, IAO 818. You'll learn the foundational knowledge and skills needed to prepare most individual tax returns. If you're new to tax preparation or need a refresher, this course is for you. You may take the exam without completing the course. What you will learn in this program. List with 4 items, bullet identify and understand all boxes on the W-2 form and the 1099. Bullet correctly input data from taxpayer documents into the appropriate forms. Bullet analyze a taxpayer situation to determine the most common deductions and credits.
Moderator. How long have you been in this platform?
I've been on YouTube for about 2 years, but I've been in a lot of different capacities on YouTube. So I started as a coding channel, then went to more of a tech channel, and now I'm a full financial channel. So I've started about 2 years, but I've really started to ramp up or so the last few weeks. I mean, I've done a lot of videos, but last year I had to take some time off because I had a big move and a new job, but I'm getting back into it full force.
Bullet determine if taxes are owed or refunded due. Out of list clickable. Clickable tax level 1 introduction. OH 6716. OH 6716. E-learning. Clickable. Clickable pre-assessment. OH 67 e-learning. Clickable. Clickable filing status and qualifying
All right,
defendants. OH
so
67
let
heading.
me.
Main landmark Intuit tax level 1. You'll learn the found if you're new without complete. You will learn list with bullet correct. No next bullet out of clickable. OH 60. Clickable tax level 1 introduction. OH 6. Dialog.
Tax level 1
heading level 1.
introduction.
Moderator. I see.
You see, nice. All right, so now we're at the level 1 introduction. And again, these modules are not very accessible for me to navigate because they're not links or anything. Like, it's supposed to be kind of a link because I can't really easily use my screen reader to navigate because it's just reading as some kind of static content, but they're actually clickable. So if they're actually clickable, can we just make them links? That'd really be helpful. I mean, in my opinion, at least. All right.
Main landmark clickable Intuit Academy tax level 1 federal individual tax returns. IAO 800 clickable 0% progress. Clickable 0 hours 0 m slash 0 hours 0 m. Dialog. Content info landmark.
Dialogue, really? Not focusable.
Content info main landmark dialog. Dialog. Content info main landmark.
Okay.
Skip the main content. Blank. Banner landmark link
Alright, let me
W.
see.
Main landmark clickable
Moderator.
0% progress.
You want YouTube to be your full-time job or something?
Well, I don't know about YouTube being my full-time job, but I want to be able to get monetized, and eventually I want to work for myself doing bookkeeping and tax preparation and other financial services. So yeah, I guess that would kind of be part of it.
Clickable 0 hours 0 m dialog.
Dialogue? Really?
Banner landmark frame clickable main landmark WW link TurboTax link double visited.
Y'all?
MailChimp.com back visited link. Clickable table of contents button clickable main landmark clickable button start learning now.
Alright, this is
Intuit Academy
blows.
documents dialog. Intuit Academy.
Why do we have so many steps? Like, I can't figure out where to start. This needs to be more intuitive. People, we need to make this more intuitive. Alright, so let's see what we got.
Heading level 1 main landmark Intuit Academy clickable close. Frame button exit course. Banner landmark heading level 1 Intuit Academy tax link start module.
Start
Heading level 1
module.
Intuit Academy tax level 1 introduction. OH 6716.
I already
Link
asked to start the module like
Visited.
twice. This seems like really repetitive.
Slide. Untitled slide.
Untitled slide? Okay, this seems very interesting.
Clickable lesson content main landmark graphic 01.gif.
01.gif. Wonderful. Alt text. Not great here either, folks.
Let's keep moving forward together. Next up, let's see how a course works. Click continue. Button continue without a
Alright, now it's going to tell me how this course works. Well, I already know how this course works. It's a bunch of inaccessibility at this point. I mean, I can navigate it, but it's not that efficient. So, I understand how the course works. We just need to do a little bit of restructuring. But let's see how they think the course is supposed to work, and we could try to translate that into screen reader lingo.
Button exit course. Lesson content main landmark button collapse toggle course overview.
Okay.
Heading level 1 how the courses work. Section 2 of free. Watch the video below to see how the courses in the Intuit Academy tax level 1 training work.
Alright.
Storyline group in TC01 navigation video frame clickable slide. Untitled slide.
Storyline, TC, navigation, blah, blah, blah. Really verbose.
Main landmark clickable rectangle 1.
Rectangle 1.
Button click here to view the course navigation video. Top bar region navigation.
Alright, let's see if we can view this video.
Clickable course navigation of the 1.7.
Okay. Right. Hold on. Let's see.
Main landmark frame clickable lesson content make course navigation out of group
Let
in
me
rectangle.
pause this.
Slide progress slide. Replay button. Top bar region navigation landmark. Out of clickable slide progress toggle button not press play slash bar main landmark toggle pressed.
Okay, folks. What we just witnessed is a video with no talking. Therefore, I can't understand what the video is. It's completely inaccessible for me. The way we want to try to fix this is have some kind of audio description or some other way for me to get this content, because right now I don't understand how any of this works because there's no speaking. It's just music with a bunch of visuals. Alright, well, that's disappointing.
Clickable slide prog button replay. Top bar region out of region land. Top bar region navigation landmark. Out of frame out of group and complete the content above before moving on. Graphic closed padlock. Out of frame clickable tax level 1 introduction.
Close
Frame
padlock.
complete story top bar out of region button replay. Clickable slide progress slider 37%. Toggle button press play slash pause. Main landmark clickable. Rectangle 2. Course nav out of group in rectangle. Slide. Welcome out of frame out of group and watch the video below to see how the courses in the Intuit Academy.
Are you saying I have to watch this inaccessible video before I can move on? Well, okay. I'll go ahead and do that if that's what you want me to do. But again, I'll see. I'll go ahead and watch the video, but if, again, I don't know. Okay, let's replay this video, y'all.
Storyline group main landmark clickable rectangle. Slide. Welcome. Main course navigation out of group in rectangle 2. Blank. Toggle button press play slash pause. Not pressed.
Moderator. Have you hired somebody in Upwork?
Pressed.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Yes, moderator, I've hired a few different people on Upwork. Yes, but no, y'all, this is getting ridiculous. Ridiculous. I gotta watch this inaccessible video that I can't get anything out of so I can move on to another part that's probably gonna be more inaccessible. But anyways, let's just keep going. I'm sorry, this is pretty harsh, but, you know. This is my raw review, y'all, so anything goes here. This is not edited or anything. This is just literally my raw user interaction. So just keep that in mind.
Payown Media, LLC. What's this for?
Hey, Payown Media, y'all, if you haven't checked out Payown Media, I think you guys need to go do that right now. Go ahead, subscribe to his channel. I'm telling you, do it right now while I watch this inaccessible video. Payown Media, we are reviewing the Intuit Academy videos, or I should say courses. So right now, I am watching this inaccessible video that I have to complete in order to move on to the next module. And we are looking at the tax level 1 courses. So Payown Media, what this is
LLC.
going to be a course that Intuit provides so that people can get certified to work for them as TurboTax or QuickBooks Live experts. The trouble is this platform is far from accessible. And I am doing a live user review with my live user comments on this stream, and hopefully people at Intuit are going to watch this. But again, folks, while I'm trying to go through this inaccessible video, take a couple seconds, subscribe to Payown Media. Trust me, there's going to be nothing exciting coming on this stream in about 2 minutes, and go ahead and subscribe to Payown Media. You got plenty of time.
Not pressed.
Alright, that was a little bit ridiculous.
Clickable slide progress slide button replay.
Alright.
Top bar region navigation landmark. Out of region blank. Out of frame out of group in button continue to let's get started.
Yay, now I can continue.
Lesson content main landmark toggle course overview
Alright.
button collapsed.
Again, that video was not very helpful, so Intuit, please make this more accessible for us. Alright.
Heading level 1 Intuit Academy. Tax level 1. Section 3 of free. So far you have learned more about the Intuit Academy and how the tax level 1 courses will work.
Did I really learn more about how the Intuit Academy will work, though, based on that video? I don't think so.
Before the first module of new learning, let's see what you know. The pre-assessment module is up next. Let's keep moving forward.
Alright, now, I have to do a pre-test, and yes, I'm going to be doing this live on stream to show how accessible or not it is. Now, one thing to know, folks, is I've not had any formal tax training. So, if there are any tax experts watching this video, I don't even know who's watching. I know we've got Payown Media, we've got Moderator, but if anyone else is watching who is a tax expert, just know I am not trained in doing
Moderator.
tax.
Great. Love your streams, clearly worth the subscribe.
Well, thank you. Yes, I am not a tax expert by any means, and I do not think that I have any credentials to be so. Yes, I'm going to try to be an enrolled agent, but again, that is going to be a this year thing. So, if any tax experts are watching, just know that if I get a question wrong, and I'm sure I'm going to get many, that don't be freaked out because I'm not doing any live tax returns. Anyways, just with that disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and get this party started, shall we? All right.
Graphic 01D.gif.
Again, why do we got these GIFs that are not labeled? I already said we needed to do some more of this labeling action here.
The reassessment module graphic comp1.gif.
Comp1.gif. Come on, Intuit. Let's label some graphics. Comp1.gif does not tell me anything about what this image is.
You may now exit this module.
I may now exit this module.
Click here to exit. Button exit.
Click here to exit. Exit. Okay. Here we go.
Waving hand by. You may now leave this page. Out of frame clickable tax level 1 introduction.
I may leave this page.
Frame waving out of frame clickable close. Heading level 1 Intuit Academy clickable.
Okay.
The keyboard navigation out of menu banner landmark frame main landmark clickable Intuit Academy clickable 0% clickable 0 hours set dialog. Content info landmarks main landmark dialog. Content info main landmark dialog.
I can't get into the module or the modal, excuse me. Let me see.
Blank.
Hold on, y'all.
Blank banner landmark link www.
Right.
The main landmark clickable and clickable 0% per clickable 0 hours 7. Banner landmark frame clickable main landmark www.intuit.com link. Link turbotax.link w visited link.
Let me
Mailchimp.com.
see here,
Back visit.
y'all.
Clickable table of contents button. Main landmark clickable resume where you left off button. Here's where you left off and clickable button resume where you button. Clickable button start learning now. Button clickable resume where you left off. Here's where you left off. Clickable.
Okay, I didn't want to exit in the first place.
Keyboard navigation out of menu banner landmark frame link turbotax.link double visited link quickbooks main landmark Intuit clickable close. Frame clickable button exit course lesson content main heading level 1 Intuit Academy tax left section 3 of free. So far you have learned more about the Intuit before the reassessment module is up next. Let's keep moving forward. Graphic 01D graphic you may not click here to exit button exit.
Okay, so I gotta start learning.
Document. You may now leave.
Okay.
Out of frame clickable tax frame
It's not very clear, folks, because I didn't know that that was the next module.
Keyboard navigation quick links menu item skip the main banner landmark clickable table of contents but main landmark clickable resume where you left clickable start learning now button.
It says resume where you left off, so I'm thinking, did I not complete that module? Or it should say the module is complete if I completed it, and say resume where I left off, because I thought that that module was already completed, but I had no idea. And then when that language was there, it acted like I never completed the stupid module, because it just said resume where you left off. So let's go ahead and start this module for real.
Clickable button.
Clickable
button start learning.
Well, I don't even know what I'm going to learn. So this will be fun.
Keyboard navigation out of menu banner landmark frame clickable main landmark link www.
Alright, I'm sorry y'all if this is really harsh. I apologize for anyone who may be watching this video from Intuit. But again, like I said earlier, this is my live user reaction and, I just kind of speak my mind on these reviews. So, at least I have some good feedback that everyone can bring back to their development teams or that kind of thing. But I would love to be able to do these training modules myself, but they're just not that accessible. So anyways, just thought I have to say that because I just feel really bad for dishing out all this stuff. So
main landmark Intuit Academy tax level 1 introduction clickable close frame clickable button exit course lesson content main landmark button collapse toggle course overview heading level 1 Intuit Academy tax section 3 of free. So far you have learned more before the first reassessment module graphic 01D graphic comp 1.gif. You may now click here to exit button exit.
I thought I already did that.
Waving hand by out of frame click heading level 1 Intuit clickable close. Intuit Academy keyboard nav out of menu.
I just hit start module.
Main landmark clickable resume where button. Clickable button start button. Clickable tax level 1 introduction. OID E0 clickable 0/1 lessons completed. Clickable button start learning now. Button Intuit Academy document dialog. Intuit Academy heading level 1. Keyboard navigate out of menu link TurboTax link double visited link quickbooks.intuit.com see main landmark Intuit clickable close. Frame clickable button exit lesson content heading level 1 Intuit Academy tax level 1. Section 3 of free. So far you have learned before the first module reassessment graphic 01D.gif. Graphic you may not click here to exit. You may now exit this module. Click here to exit. Button exit. Button
y'all,
out of frame
can't.
clickable tax level 1 introduction. OH60 ID easy clickable 0/1 clickable button unavailable. Pre-clickable button unavailable next. Intuit Academy tax blank. Tax Liab Venture clickable learning plan Intuit progress 0 hours learning plan. Heading level 3 Intuit Academy clickable 0% per clickable 0 hours 11 dialog. Content info main landmark dialog. Content info landmark separator.
Hold on.
Heading level main landmark Intuit clickable close. Frame waving hand by. You may now wave out of frame.
You're telling me bye. Well, I don't want to go bye-bye. I want to complete the modules.
Blank. Banner landmark www. Clickable main landmark clickable resume where you left off button. Here's where you left off. Clickable. Banner landmark clickable. Clickable button collapse visited link back. Clickable button collapse table of contents.
Let me do this instead.
Clickable. Main landmark here's where you left off. Clickable button. Clickable button start learning now button. Clickable click start learning now. Clickable tax level 1 introduction. OID E0 clickable 0/1 clickable button start. Clickable resume where you left. Clickable activity in progress Intuit Academy tax level 1 X API. 10 clickable learning plan. Heading level 3 Intuit Academy clickable 0% clickable 0 hours dialog. Content info. Main landmark clickable learning plan. Heading level 3 Intuit Academy clickable 0% clickable 0 hours 12 dialog. Search tabs menu tool open share.
But I can't even access the table of contents. Are you serious with me right now? It's not even accessible.
Main landmark clickable Intuit Academy tax level 1 panel clickable 0% progress. Clickable 0 hours 12 dialog. Content info main dialog. Content info main clickable 0% progress. Heading level 3 Intuit Academy tax learning plan. Clickable X API 10 can. Intuit Academy tax level 1 introduction. OH6716. Clickable activity in progress. Clickable button. Button clickable resume where you left clickable button. Button clickable start learning now. Clickable 0/1 less ID. E0 clickable tax level 1 introduction. OH67 clickable click start learning now to begin your clickable button. Button clickable start learning clickable button. Button clickable here's where you left off. Clickable. Main landmark here's where you left off. Intuit Academy tax level 1 introduction. OH67 16. Clickable.
Oh.
Banner landmark clickable. Clickable button collapse table of content visited link tag. Clickable main landmark clickable resume where you left off button. Button. Clickable button start learning now. Button Intuit Academy
Try this
document.
again,
Dialog.
folks.
Intuit Academy keyboard navigate out of menu link turbo tag link double visited link build clickable clickable out of frame clickable button clickable clickable main landmark heading level 1 Intuit Academy clickable close frame clickable lesson content mainland heading level 1 Intuit Academy section 3 of free. So far you before the pre-assessment graphic 01D dot graphic you may not click here to
Okay.
exit button button continue.
Oh, you know what?
Additional
There
lesson
is a
content has been loaded.
continue
Continue.
button. But it said click here to exit. Okay, so, but it then didn't say anything about continuing the next module. It was not very easy for me to tell that there was a continue button there.
Button exit. Click here to exit. You may now exit this module. Graphic 01D graphic. You may now click here. Button exit. Continued. Out of frame Intuit Academy. Blank.
Okay, now where am
Heading level
I
1. Main landmark Intuit Academy. Clickable close. Frame clickable additional lesson content has been loaded.
Additional content has been loaded.
Clickable button exit course. Lesson content main landmark button collapse toggle course overview. Heading level 1 Intuit Academy. Tax section 3 of free. So far you have learned more about the Intuit Academy and how the tax level 1 courses will work. Before the first module of new learning, let's see what you know.
Alright, here we go, folks.
The pre-assessment module is up next. Let's keep graphic 01D graphic comp. You may now exit this module. Click here to exit. Button exit. Continued. Out of frame Intuit Academy. Tax frame.
Continued.
Out of frame blank. Tax. Blank. Into frame button exit.
Okay, hold on. So now I can't continue. I already continued enough. So now I really need to find the pre-assessment module because I've already continued. So I can't go ahead and go any further.
Waving out of frame. Click a frame. Waving hand by.
Waving hand
Out of
by.
heading level 1 Intuit clickable close.
Well, I don't want to go
Intuit
by.
Academy heading level keyboard navigate out of menu banner landmark
Now.
frame no next heading. Out of frame heading
All right.
main landmark Intuit tax level 1 you'll learn the foundational knowledge and skills
Here we
tax
go.
level 1 federal individual tax return. IAO 818. You'll learn if you're new to tax preparation or need a refresher. This course is for you. Without what you will list with bullet out of list clickable tax level 1 introduction. OH67 e-learning. Clickable pre-assessment. OH67 clickable.
Pre-assessment.
Intuit Academy
Alright,
heading
here
level
we
1
go.
keyboard navigation out of menu banner landmark main landmark clickable 6% progress. Clickable 0 hours for dialogue. Content info land main landmark clickable heading level learning plan. Progress 0 learning plan clickable X API Intuit Academy tax clickable learning plan search toolbar address share bookmark skip the main
Alright.
content 101. Intuit Academy document blank. Skip the main content. Intuit Academy document.
Oops.
Main landmark clickable Intuit clickable 6% per clickable 0 hours 14 m/0 hours dialogue. Dialogue content info landmark separator copyright powered by separator main landmark dialogue clickable 6% progress. Heading level 3 Intuit Academy tax level 1 federal individual tax returns. IAO 808 learning plan. Progress 0 hours learning heading clickable 6%. Clickable 0 hours
Okay.
14
So
m/0
I
hours
click
0
on the 6%.
Clickable tax level 1 intro OH67 e-learning. Clickable pre-assessment.
Okay.
OH67 no next heading. OH60 e-learning. Clickable filing status and OH6 click e-learning. OH67 clickable pre
I want the
OH60
pre-assessment.
e-learning. Content and copyright separate main e-learning. OH60 clickable tax level 1
But-
heading level keyboard banner landmark clickable table of contents button collab main landmark clickable start learning now button clickable banner landmark clickable button collab clickable main landmark button Intuit Academy document dialogue Intuit Academy heading level 1 main landmark clickable close frame button next banner landmark link start module link details link start
Yeah, trying to do
Visited.
modules, folks, is a pain in the butt because there's so many different buttons I have to click start module and then I don't really know where I'm going. Can we just make this more intuitive, please?
out of frame Intuit Academy tap blank
Alright.
heading level main landmark Intuit Academy clickable close frame clickable button exit
This
course
is very confusing. It's almost as confusing as filing a federal tax return. If you don't know what you're doing. Oh, I just said that? Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. But if you're a screen reader user, this experience is almost as confusing as filing your federal tax return in tax preparation software that's meant for professionals when you're a consumer. That's the exact feeling that I get trying to complete this as someone who is blind because of the inaccessibility and the non-user friendliness, I guess is that the word. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
lesson content main landmark button collapse
Alright.
course overview heading level 1 welcome section 1 of free. Now that you know more about the Intuit Academy tax level 1 journey we would like to learn more about you. This is your opportunity to show what you know about taxes so we can see together how much you grow your tax knowledge throughout this program. Button continue.
Alright, let's do it.
Additional lesson content has been loaded. Continued.
Alright. If anyone's still watching in chat, what do y'all think? Do you agree with me or do you think that I'm just crazy and I need to get my thoughts realigned? I would love to see what you guys think.
Graphic as you begin the assessment, make sure to answer each question to the best of your ability.
Okay.
Graphic remember you are not expected to know all the answers. We will be learning about these topics. Graphic starting with course 1. As you begin the assessment, make sure to answer each question to the best of your ability. Blank remember you are not starting with course 1.
I don't know why it reads it twice. Oh, you know what? I'm wondering if this content they put is in the alt text and then it's below it so screen readers are reading it twice. That might be something we need to look at.
You are currently here in the Intuit Academy tax level 1 journey. Graphic 02.if. Let's keep moving forward together. Button continue to the
Alright.
continued.
Let's
Lesson
see.
content main landmark toggle course overview button collapsed. Quiz region heading left section 2 of free. This
Alright.
assessment consists of 50 multiple choice questions. Answer each question to the best of your
50 multiple choice. Alright, here we go.
ability so you can see how much you learned at the end of the certification course. Blank. Button start quiz.
Payon Media, LLC. That sounds like a pain.
Yes. Payon, it's an absolute royal pain in the butt.
Choose the correct option. Heading level 1, question 1 of 50.
All right, here we go, y'all.
Choose the blank. Which of the following is an ineligible medical expense for HSA, Archer MSA, and my MSA?
Oh boy.
Grouping clickable radio
I
button
don't
not
know.
checked. Breast enhancement.
Clickable
Clickable radio infertility treatment.
Let's see.
Clickable radio laboratory fees. Out of grouping, out of region, out of frame, and to the channel. Frame radio, clickable radio button, not clickable breast enhancement. Radio button not checked. Out of grouping, which of grouping, breast and radio
I'm gonna
button
go
not
with the
checked,
first
checked.
one.
Breast and clickable infertility, clickable radio laboratory, out of grouping button submit. Out of region, out of frame, and frame click.
I don't really know because again, I haven't had any formal training, so I'm just gonna kind of go with what I think. And again, it's also a pre-test to know see what you know.
Correct. Out of grouping, grouping, clickable correctly unselected. Out of grouping, feedback, grouping correct.
I got it correct. Well, yay me. All right, I guess I'm on to a good start. Maybe it just felt bad for me, so it gave me the correct answer. I don't know.
Ineligible medical expenses. List with 10 item bullet cosmetics and skincare. Next button.
All right, next.
Question 2 of 50 heading level 1. Choose the correct option. Blank. Below the line deductions include.
Below.
Grouping clickable radio button not checked. Standard deduction. Clickable radio but self-employed health insurance. Clickable radio but IRA contribution. Clickable radio button not student loan interest, tuition and fees deduction. Out of grouping, out of region, frame radio, clickable radio button not checked. Clickable self-employed radio but clickable standard radio button
Standard
not checked.
deductions.
Standard clickable self-clickable IRA clickable rate student loan out of grouping
I
button submit.
think.
Button. Feedback grouping. 2 types of below the line deductions are possible. Standard and itemized. Out of grouping button next. Feed correct. Out of grouping.
Correct.
Out of grouping button next.
All right, I'm doing pretty good so
Question
far,
3 of 50 heading level
folks.
1.
I'm doing so good so far.
Choose the correct
Or
option.
so far, so good,
Blank.
rather.
Help sole proprietorships calculate the profit or loss from a business while also providing the IRS with total
Schedule
business income and
C.
deductions. Grouping clickable radio button. Schedule C. Radio button. Check. Checked.
I have to fill one of these out every year when I do my taxes.
Schedule C. Clickable Schedule B. Clickable radio Schedule K1. Clickable radio Schedule A. Out of grouping button submit.
All right.
Feedback grouping Schedule C. Help sole proprietorships calculate the correct.
This is a pretty accessible process taking the quiz so far.
Schedule providing the IRS out of grouping button next.
Except obviously when I was trying to get to it.
Choose the correct blank. Choose the correct option. Blank. There are types of social security trust funds.
There are types of.
Grouping clickable rate 2. Clickable 3. Clickable 4. Clickable 1. Radio clickable radio clickable radio button clickable 2. Radio button check 2. Clickable 3. Clickable 4. Clickable 1. Out of region out of frame grouping clickable 1. Out of grouping button submit. But feedback grouping there are out of grouping feed correct.
Oh, I got it correct. Are you serious?
There are out of grouping button next.
Y'all, I'm doing good.
5 of 50 heading level 1.
So far. I'm doing good.
Choose the correct option. Blank, which is not considered a gambling winning.
Which is not a gambling winning. Oh, okay.
Grouping clickable radio but lotteries.
Lotteries.
Clickable raffles.
Raffles.
Clickable games of chance.
Okay.
Clickable poker tournaments. Radio button not checked. Clickable game radio button clickable clickable radio button not check. Check games of clickable poker tournament out of grouping button submit. Button feedback group list with 12 out of list gambling winnings include but are correct.
I got it correct.
Gambling with bullets, bullet lottery, bullet sweepstakes, bullet raffles, bullet betting pools, bullet game shows, bullet horse or dog, bullet off track bet, bullet bingo, blank, out of list, out of grouping button next, out of region, frame feedback, out of list, out of grouping.
All right, not bad. Let's see.
Question 6 of 50 heading level 1.
Well, if I get all these correct, they're probably gonna be like, "You don't need this course." But I hope I don't get all these correct because I want to learn something.
Choose the correct option. Blank. For mortgages entered into after December 15th, 2017, the amount of interest the taxpayer can deduct is no more than if the debt used to buy, build, or substantially improve their principal home and the second home.
Oh boy.
Grouping click of $500,000. Click of $750,000. Click of $400,000. Click of $850,000. Radio. Click of radio button. Not
I
checked.
do not know.
Check. Click of 800 out of region out of frame. Clickable lesson content main landmark quiz region button submit. But feedback grouping for mortgages is no more from incorrect.
Incorrect. Yep, I knew my reign was gonna come to an end at some point, folks.
Next button. Question 7 of 50 heading level 1. Choose the correct option. Blank. Rental income or compensation for the use of tangible property is sourced to the place where the rental property is. Grouping clickable relocated. Click of listed. Click of sold. Radio button not checked. Sold. Radio button not checked.
I think it might be
Check.
sold.
Submit button. Button. Feedback grouping incorrect.
Yeah.
Rental income or compensation for the use of tangible property is sourced to the place where the rental property is located. Next button.
Okay.
Question 8 of 50 head. Choose the correct option. Blank. Distributions from HSA, Archer MSA, or MSMSA are non-taxable when. Grouping clickable out of grouping. Grouping an HSA or Archer MSA isn't rolled over. Clickable spent for qualified medical expenses of your dependent. Click of made excess contributions to an HSA radio. Clickable radio button not checked. Checked. Submit button. But feedback grouping an HSA or Archer correct.
All right.
Next button. Question 9 of 50 head and choose the correct option. Blank. Taxpayers can claim a child tax credit of up to for each child under age 17 in 2020.
Ooh.
Grouping clickable radio $2,000. Clickable $3,002. Click of $1,000. Click of $3,300. Out of grouping out of
I don't have
radio,
any kids, so I don't know.
Radio button not checked. Clickable $3,200. Radio clickable $2,000. Radio button
I
not
think
checked.
it's.
Check. Submit button. Button. Feedback grouping correct.
It's 2,000. Okay.
Next button. Question 10 of 50 heading level 1.
Anyone still in chat? I'm doing pretty well, I think. Again, obviously the purpose of this is not to test my tax knowledge, but it's to test how accessible this is, and it's not that bad.
Choose the correct option. Blank. What does CFC stand for?
Oh boy, CFC. Oh boy.
Group and clickable radio button. Cumulative foreign currency. Clickable calculated foreign cost. Clickable controlled finance corporation. Clickable controlled foreign corporation. Radio clickable controlled radio. Clickable calculated radio. Clickable cumulative radio
I
button. Not
don't
checked.
know.
Checked. Submit button. Button. Feedback grouping incorrect. Controlled
No.
foreign corporation. Out of grouping button next. Question 11 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. DR filing statuses. Grouping clickable 3.
Ooh.
Clickable 5. Clickable 6. Clickable 4.
I think
Rayon
it's
Media,
4.
LLC. Sounds like you're doing pretty good at this.
Yeah. I have some tax knowledge. I have some.
4. Out of grouping button. Submit.
Okay, I think this might be it.
Feedback grouping. There are 5 filings
Oh,
incorrect.
5. Okay.
Next button.
Again, this is why I take this course, because
Question
I
12 of
don't
50. Heading
know.
level 1.
Alright, let's see.
Choose the correct option. Blank. Complete the equation. Equal selling price. Purchase price.
Equal selling price, purchase price. Oh boy.
Grouping clickable radio rental income. Clickable royalty income. Clickable capital gain. Clickable capital loss.
I think
Radio
it's
clickable radio button not checked. Royalty income. Radio clickable rental radio button not
Yeah, I
checked.
don't
Out of
know.
grouping complete the grouping checked. Submit button. Button. Feedback grouping incorrect.
Yeah.
Capital gain equal selling price. Purchase
Capital
price.
gain.
Next button.
Okay, good to know.
Question 13 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. What type of deduction is a HSA contribution?
What type of deduction is an HSA contribution?
Grouping clickable radio button not checked. Itemized deduction. Clickable above the line deduction. Clickable standard deduction. Clickable none of the above. Radio button not checked. Clickable radio button not checked. Standard
I
deduction.
think it's a
Letter content
standard.
name landmark.
I mean,
Clickable radio button checked. Submit button.
no.
Button. Feedback group incorrect.
No.
Some of the common expenses on which above the line deductions are available include
Above the line.
list with 12 items. Bullet educator expenses. Bullet early withdrawal penalty. Bullet moving expenses. Next button.
Okay. I'm learning stuff,
Question
folks.
14 of 50 heading level 1. Choose the correct option. Blank. With residency status is used when an individual is neither a U.S. citizen or a resident alien.
Ooh.
For tax purposes. Group and click resident alien. Clickable non-resident alien. Clickable dual status alien. Clickable multinational alien. Radio button not checked. Checked.
Y'all.
Submit button. Button. Feedback group incorrect. A
No.
non-resident alien for any period that you're neither a U.S. citizen or a resident alien for tax purposes. Out of grouping button next.
Okay.
Question 15 of 50 heading level 1. Choose the correct option. Blank. What is on line 2B of form 1040?
What on line B? Oh, I don't have a 1040 in front of me.
Group and clickable radio button not checked.
Nor do I really want to grab a 1040. Alright, so I'm just gonna try to again, I'm also accessing this like I would be a normal student who, doesn't know a lot, so that way it can teach me.
Wages, salaries, tips, ed. Clickable child tax credit and credit for other. Click qualified business income deduction. Click taxable interest. Clickable radio button not checked. Checked. Submit. But feedback incorrect. Line 2B includes taxable interest. This line consists of the taxable interest earned
Taxable
from savings. Next button.
interest, okay.
Question 16 of 50. Choose the blank. Choose the correct option. Blank. Taxpayers must file Form 1116 to claim the foreign tax credit when the foreign tax paid is more than for married filing jointly. Grouping $300. Clickable $500. Click $600. Click $200. Radio. Clickable radio button not checked. 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 Submit button. But feedback correct. If the foreign tax paid is more than $300, $600 for married filing jointly or they do not meet the other conditions to make the election to claim the foreign tax credit without filing Form 1116. Taxpayers must file Form 1116 to claim the foreign tax credit. Next button.
Good to know.
Question 17 of 50.
I know a lot of you guys are going to think this is absolutely boring, but, this is also a review, so. Yeah, if anyone's in chat, go ahead and say hi. If you're in the comments and you watch this later, tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you guys agree with me about the accessibility and what your thoughts are.
Choose the correct option. Blank. What type of payment is not considered miscellaneous?
What type of payment?
Group and clickable radio payment from a primary care doctor. Clickable unemployment compensations. Click of employment wages. Click of slot machine winnings. Radio clickable employment wages. Radio button not checked. Employment wages.
Employment wages.
Landmark. Clickable radio button checked. Submit button. But feedback correct.
Yay.
Miscellaneous income can include payments in the form of rents received, royalties, healthcare, crop insurance proceeds. Next button.
Okay.
Question 18 of 50. Choose the correct options. Blank. Who cannot take the standard deduction? Select all that apply.
Who cannot take the standard deduction?
List with 4 items. Clickable checkbox not checked.
Rayon Media, LLC. You just taught me something I need to do for my foreign income.
Oh? Really, Pale Media? Oh, yeah, I forgot, because you have stuff that you do in Canada. Really? I was not trying to teach taxes here, but who knows, y'all. Maybe when I get a little bit better, I can teach taxes. But I'm not doing that right now.
Checkbox not checked. Out of list who cannot take the standard deduction. Select all that apply.
But I will go ahead and document my journey doing the Intuit Academy, though, in terms of taxes. I can teach, that kind of thing in terms of how do I like it and that kind of thing. But let's see if we can figure this out.
List with 4 list who cannot take the standard deduction.
Who cannot take the standard deduction? We'll figure this out.
List with 4 an individual filing is married filing separately and the spouse itemizes. Clickable checkbox not checked. An individual filing a return for a short tax year due to a change in the annual accounting period. Clickable check on resident or dual status alien during the year. Blank. Clickable check on individual filing as a qualified widow. Out of list, out of region. Checkbox, click of checkbox out of list who cannot take this list with 4 items. An individual filing is married.
I think it's this.
Button. Feedback group incorrect.
No.
Taxpayers that cannot take the standard deduction and must itemize includes. List with 3 items. Bullet filing is married filing separately and the spouse itemizes. Bullet 8 non-resident or dual status alien during the year. Bullet filing a return for a short tax year due to a change in the annual accounting period. Out of list blank. Out of grouping button next.
Okay.
Question 19 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. Reduce the amount of tax due. Grouping clickable radio taxable income. Radio
Taxable
button
income.
checked. Submit button. But feed incorrect.
Oh.
Tax credits reduce the amount of tax due.
Oops. I didn't read the question fully.
Next button. Question 20
Ooh,
of 50.
excuse me.
Choose the correct option. Blank. Which factor does not limit QBI components of QBI deduction?
Oh goodness, I have no idea what QBI is.
Grouping clickable QBI of a qualified property.
Whoa.
Clickable type of business. Clickable W2 wages.
Ooh,
Radio
y'all.
clickable type of biz radio button.
It's getting above my head.
Submit button.
This isn't good.
Button.
I'll learn this though.
Feedback grouping dependent correct. Depending on the taxpayer's taxable income, the QBI component has limit business, the amount of W2 wages paid, and the unadjusted basis immediately after acquisition.
Okay.
QBI of a qualified property held by the business. Next button.
Good to know.
Question 21 of 50. Choose the correct option.
Alright.
Blank. What dividend comes from mutual funds and real estate investment trusts? Rate yes. Grouping clickable capital gain. Clickable corporate. Radio
I
button.
think it's this capital
Submit button.
gains.
But feedback correct.
Yay!
Capital gain distributions come
I
from
learned
mutual
that
aid.
on tax Twitter.
Next button.
Alright.
Question 22 of 50. Choose the correct option.
Let's see.
Blank. When using the standard mileage rate or actual expense to calculate business auto expenses, which expenses separately deductible? Grouping repairs. Clickable gas. Clickable toll charges. Radio clickable gas. Radio but checked. Submit but. But feedback correct.
Oh shoot.
Toll charges and parking fees are separately
Toll
deductible. Standard mileage rate or actual expense. Next button.
Alright.
Question 23 of choose the correct option. Blank. Which is a non-deductible business expense?
Which is non-deductible business expense.
Grouping clickable radio but cost of goods sold.
Okay, I should really know this, folks, because I have to do this a lot. I should really know this question. Let's see.
Clickable investments made in your business.
Investments made in your business.
Clickable employees pay. Click of family vacation.
Why would you deduct family vacation?
Family vacation out of grouping button submit. Button feedback grouping correct.
I
Expenses
got
for
it
personal and
right.
recreation.
You can't deduct your family vacations from your businesses, y'all. Unless you try to do what people did on that cloud accounting podcast where they talked about how to make your trip to the pumpkin patch taxable, which I wouldn't recommend. But that is an episode of the cloud accounting podcast that I did watch, and it was pretty funny.
Out of grouping button
Alright, next.
Question 24 of 50 heading choose the correct option. Blank. Social security benefits can be taxed to a maximum of % based on the beneficiaries. Annual income. Grouping click of 85. Clickable 50. Click of 75. Click of 25. Out of grouping out of frame radio button.
25?
Check 20 out of grouping button submit. But feedback grouping up to 85% correct.
Really? 85%?
Up to 85%
Really?
of your social security income is taxed if you receive income from other sources and your combined income is more than a certain base amount.
Really?
Out of grouping button next.
Okay. I didn't
Question
know that,
25 of 50 choose the
folks.
correct heading level 1 question 20 choose the correct option. Blank. Which form is for beneficiaries who get income from trusts and estates? Grouping clickable radio
Ooh.
button notch form 1041. Clickable form 1099. Clickable form 1040. Clickable form 1065.
I think it's
button not checked. Check. Form
1065?
out of grouping button submit. But feedback grouping incorrect.
Nope.
Form 1041 is for beneficiaries who get income
41.
from trusts and estates.
Okay.
Next button. Question 26 of choose the correct option. Blank. Which is not considered an adjustment to gross income.
Which is not considered an adjustment to gross income.
Grouping click workers' compensation payments received as compensation for personal injury or sickness. Clickable municipal bond interest. Clickable health and accident insurance premiums. Clickable employee wages. Radio clickable municipal bond radio button not checked. Checked. Submit. But feedback incorrect. Adjustments to gross income are divided into 4 categories: charitable items, compensation and benefits, and investment-related exclusions. Next button.
Okay.
Question 27. Choose the correct option. Blank. And what taxpayers must know to calculate their tax amount.
And what taxpayers must
Grouping
know.
clickable taxable income and filing status. Radio button not out of grouping and what taxpayers must know to calculate their tax amount. Grouping clickable taxable interest and filing status. Click of earned interest and residency status. Click of earned income and residency status. Radio clickable tax radio button not checked. Check submit button. But feedback correct. Taxable income and filing status out of grouping button out of region out of frame
Alright,
click.
next.
Question 28 of choose the correct option. Blank. Taxable interest is reported on. Grouping clickable form 1099 div. Clickable form 1099R. Clickable form 1040. Clickable form 1099 int.
Yep, form 1099
Form out of grouping button submit. But feedback correct.
I actually am going to get one of these forms this year, so. Well, actually, from last year, sorry. But yep, form 1099 INT is for interest.
Next button. Question 29 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. Upper cap of is applicable on business gifts.
Upper cap.
Grouping click of $25.
Oh boy.
Click of $75. Clickable $100. Radio clickable 20. Radio button not
Business
checked.
gifts.
Check submit. But feedback group correct. The upper cap of $25 is applicable on business gifts.
Yay.
Out of grouping button next. Question 30 of choose the correct option. Blank. Includes supplemental income and loss.
Supplemental income and loss.
Grouping click of schedule 80 at 12. Clickable schedule E.
Oh boy.
Clickable schedule E. Clickable schedule 1. Out of grouping out of frame radio clickable schedule E.
Y'all, I
Radio
don't
button not
know.
checked. Submit button. Feedback correct.
No,
Schedule E includes supplemental income and loss. Next button.
I got it right.
Question 31 of choose the correct option. Blank. Consists of both earned and unearned income that is used to calculate the tax. It is generally less than adjusted gross income due to the deductions. Consists of both earned and unearned income that is used to calculate the tax. It is grouping miscellaneous clickable rate reportable income clickable taxable income. Radio button.
Taxable
Check.
income.
Taxable clickable rate interest income. Submit button. But feedback correct. Taxable next button. Question 32 of choose the correct option.
Alright.
Blank. Payments and refundable credits are listed between what lines on form 1040?
Oh boy.
Grouping click lines 17. Clickable lines 3438. Clickable lines 1213. Clickable lines 2530. Radio clickable lines radio
I
button
don't
not
know.
checked. Checked. Submit. But Feedback incorrect. Lines 25 through 30 are payments and refundable credits. Out of grouping button. Clickable previous.
Oh.
Clickable button unavailable. Clickable button unavailable previous. Clickable 0/1 lessons completed. Clickable button unavailable previous. Clickable button unavailable
Y'all,
next.
I hit the
Heading
wrong
level 1 to
button.
main landmark Intuit account. Clickable close. Frame. Clickable button exit. Lesson content quiz region heading. Choose the correct dot correctly unselected. Clickable radio button correctly unselect radio. Click radio out of grouping heading level 1 question 31. Choose the correct option. Consists of both earned and unearned income that is used to calculate the tax. Next button. Question 33 of 50 heading. Choose the correct blank. The self-employed health insurance deduction is limited to the net self-employment profit shown on. The return reduced by the deduction for of the self-employment tax.
Oh.
Grouping clickable rate 1/4. Clickable 1/3. Clickable 1/2. Out of blank. Intuit Academy. Tax level 1. Frame. Clickable out of grouping out of region out of frame. Intuit frame. Radio button. Clickable 1/3. Rate. Clickable 1/4. Lesson content main landmark. 1/4. Radio button checked. Submit button. Grouping out of group. But feedback group incorrect. The self-employed health insurance deduction is limited to the net self-employment profit shown on. The return reduced by the deduction for 1/2 of the self-employment tax. Next button.
1/2. Okay.
Question 34. Choose the correct option. Blank. The partnership files a tax return on. Grouping clickable radio button not checked. Form 1099.
Nope.
Clickable form 1040. Click form 1099R. Click form 1065. Radio button not checked. Check. Check form out of group out of region out of frame. Grouping clickable form 1065. Out of grouping button submit. But feedback grouping A partnership correct. Out of grouping out of
Yay.
correct. Out of grouping clickable correctly selected. Form 1065. Radio button form 1065. Next button.
Alright.
35 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. Generally have to make estimated tax payments if they expect to owe tax of $500 or more when their return is filed. Grouping click national governments. Clickable corporations. Clickable individuals. Click state and local. Radio clickable radio button. Clickable or click individual. Radio button.
Individuals.
Check. Submit button. But feedback incorrect.
Oh, I got it incorrect.
Corporations generally have to make estimated tax payments if they expect to owe more when their return is filed.
Corporations.
Next button.
Okay, I should have known.
Question 36 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. What schedule splits partnership income so that every partner is taxed at an individual income tax? Rate instead of the corporate tax rate. Grouping Schedule C. Clickable Schedule A. Clickable Schedule F. Clickable Schedule K1. Radio
Schedule
button. Check.
K1.
Schedule out of grouping button submit. But feedback grouping correct.
Yay.
Rate instead of the corporate out of grouping button next. Question 37 of 50 heading level 1.
Alright.
Choose the correct option. Blank. Which is considered non-taxable income.
Non-taxable income.
Grouping clickable rate employee fringe benefits.
Okay, I should know this because I just took a payroll certification where I had to learn about all this last week, so I should know all this.
Clickable volunteer leave allowance. Clickable clergy fees received for merit services for clickable military personnel allowances.
Non-tax.
Radio button. Clickable employee radio button not checked. Checked. Submit button. But feedback incorrect.
Oh.
Payments received as a member of military service are generally taxed as wages except for retirement pay. Which is next button.
Okay, I got that one wrong. That's
Question
okay.
38 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. Gains are gains on assets that you have held for 1 year or less. Grouping standard. Clickable short term. Clickable miscellaneous. Rate clickable short radio button.
I
not
think
checked.
short
Submit button.
term.
But feedback correct.
Yay.
Short term gains are gains on the next button. Question 39. Choose the correct option. Blank. Ordinary dividends are taxed at the same rate as income tax rate. Grouping clickable miscellaneous. Clickable ordinary. Clickable qualified. Clickable earned. Radio button not checked. Submit button. But feedback incorrect. The ordinary dividends are taxed the same as ordinary income tax rate.
well,
Next
duh.
button.
Duh.
Question 40 of 50 heading left. Choose the correct option. Blank. Which of the following is not a requirement for S corporation election?
Oh boy, I don't know anything about S corporation.
Grouping clickable being an international entity. Clickable having only one class of stock. Clickable having no more than 100 shareholders. Clickable being a domestic entity. Radio button not checked. Being a domestic entity. Lesson content mainland. Being a domestic entity out of grouping button submit. Button feedback grouping incorrect. Being an international entity is not a requirement for S corporation election. Out of grouping button next.
Okay.
Question 41 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. Is used to set limits to various items such as retirement contributions, certain deductions and credits. Grouping adjusted gross income. AGI. Clickable taxable income. Clickable itemized deductions. Clickable standard deduction. Out of grouping out frame radio. Clickable adjusted gross income. Radio button not checked. Adjusted gross income. Clickable taxable income. Clickable itemized deduction. Radio checked. Submit button. But feedback incorrect. Adjusted gross income. AGI is used to set limits to various items.
Adjusted gross income.
Feedback out of grouping button next.
It's fine.
Question 42 of 50.
Again, this is just a pretest.
Choose the correct option.
So
Blank. Is used to offset income and payroll taxes for low-income workers and to provide an incentive to work. Grouping clickable child and dependent care credit. Clickable savers tax credit. Clickable earned income tax credit. Radio button not checked. Earned income clickable radio lifetime learning out of grouping button submit. But feedback correct.
Yay.
Earned income tax credit is used to offset income and payroll taxes for low-income workers and to provide an incentive to work. Out of grouping button next. Question 43 of 50. Choose the correct option. Blank. The net capital gain is taxed at if the taxpayer income is less than $80,000.
Net capital gain. Oh boy.
Grouping clickable 25%. Clickable 35. Clickable 15%. Radio but clickable 35%.
No.
Lesson content mainland.
Alright.
Clickable radio button checked. Submit button. But
Submit.
feedback grouping incorrect. The net capital gain is taxed at 0% if the taxpayer income is less than $80,000. Next button.
Okay.
Question 44. Choose the correct option. Blank. To satisfy the substantial presence test, how many minimum days must you be physically present in the United States?
Who?
Grouping clickable 31. Clickable 51. Clickable 21. Clickable 41. Radio clickable 51. Radio button not checked. Submit button. Button. Feedback incorrect. You must be physically present for a minimum of 31 days in the United States to satisfy the substantial presence test. Next button.
Okay.
Question 40. Choose the correct option. Blank. If yearly dividend amounts exceed, a Schedule B must be completed and attached to form 1040.
Schedule B.
Grouping $1,500. Clickable $2,000. Clickable $1,000. Clickable $500. Radio but clickable $1,000. Radio button.
Y'all, I don't know anything about this, so.
But feedback incorrect. If yearly dividend amounts exceed $1,500.
1,500. Okay, Schedule B.
Question 46 of 50. Choose the correct option.
Alright, we're almost done with this. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to try to complete a couple modules and see how accessible that process is. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up our stream. So it's just going to be kind of a general overview.
Blank. To claim a child as a dependent, famous meets a qualifying child test or grouping clickable radio dependent child test. Clickable child filing test. Click a qualifying relative test. Click a residency test. Radio clickable radio click a radio clickable dependent child radio button not checked. Checked. Submit button. Feedback incorrect. To claim your child as your dependent, your child must meet either the qualifying child test or qualifying relative test. Next button.
Okay.
Question 47 of choose the correct option. Blank, which is not a common tax credit. Group child and dependent care credit. Blank clickable radio button lifetime learning credit. Click American family credit. Click earned income tax credit. Radio click radio clickable. Child and dependent radio button not checked. Submit button. Feedback incorrect. Common tax credits include list with flat bullet American opportunity tax bullet lifetime learning credit bullet child and dependent bullet savers tax credit out of list out of grouping button next out of region frame feedback out of list out of grouping button next. Question 48 of 50 choose the correct option. Blank, which is not a non-refundable tax credit.
Non-refundable.
Grouping click child and dependent care credit. Clickable child tax credit / credit for other dependents. Clickable adoption credit. Clickable American opportunity tax credit. Radio button checked. Submit button. Feedback correct. Non-refundable tax credits include list with bullet child and dependent. Next
I
button.
got it right.
Question 40 choose the correct option. Blank, as it applies to compensation income, the general rule for sourcing wages and personal services. Income is controlled by grouping place of contracting. Clickable residence of the recipient. Clickable where the service is performed. Radio button clickable residence of the recipient. Lesson content main landmark. Clickable radio submit button. Feed incorrect. The general rule for sourcing next button.
All right.
Question 50 of 50 choose the correct option. Blank, eligible educators can deduct up to of qualified expenses paid during the tax year. Grouping clickable $450. Clickable $250. Clickable $350. Clickable $150. Radio clickable 200 radio button clickable full radio checked. Submit button. Feedback incorrect. Eligible educators can deduct up to $250. No next visit next button.
Okay.
Quizzer choose the correct option out of grouping heading level 1 quiz results. Your score 42%.
Ooh, not good, folks. But hey, that's what I expected. So I got 42%. Not great, but again, that's why I'm going to do training. And I hopefully will get better. I hope.
Failed. Passing 80%.
Of course, I failed.
Out of region, out of frame, Intuit Academy, tax level 1, blank. Intuit Academy, tax level 1. Pre-frame, clickable lesson content, out of region, out of frame, Intuit Academy, tax level 1. Pre-assessment, OX 67.7.
Okay.
Blank, tax lead, clickable, clickable ID, clickable button unavailable previous, clickable button unavailable net clickable. Intuit Academy, XAPI, clickable learning plan, heading left, clickable 6%, clickable 0 hours dialog, content info, landmark, separate, copyright power, main landmark frame, clickable exit course button. Lesson content, main landmark, toggle course overview button, clickable close. Intuit Academy, keyboard navigation out of menu.
Alright, so let's do a module or so we can learn about how lessons work. So now that we did our pre-assessment, we need to do a couple lessons. So let's do some lessons.
Main landmark Intuit tax level. You'll learn if you're new without what you will list with bullet out of clickable tax level 1 introduction. OX 67.6 e-learning. Clickable pre-assessment. OX 6 e-learning. Clickable filing status and qualifying defense. Intuit Academy document dialog. Intuit Academy heading level 1.
So
keyboard nav out of menu link TurboTax link up visited link mail clickable out of frame visited link clickable main landmark clickable button start learning now. Intuit Academy document dialog. Intuit Academy heading level 1 main landmark clickable close.
Okay.
Frame button exit course banner landmark link start module link graphic more link start mod visited. Out of frame Intuit Academy frame clickable lesson content main landmark graphic close padlock slide out of frame Intuit frame complete storyline grouping TC.
All right, here we go.
Main landmark Intuit Academy clickable close frame clickable button exit course lesson content main landmark button collapse toggle course of heading level 1 welcome lesson 1 of 10. Welcome to your first Intuit Academy tax level 1 training course. We are so happy to be on journey with you. In this course you will learn more about selecting a filing status and claiming dependents. Before we go further, take a moment to watch the following video which covers important information about how this program works. Watch the welcome video below to get started. Storyline grouping TC0102 welcome frame clickable slide untitled slide main landmark clickable rectangle.
Payon Media, LLC. Have a gift. There's an MP3 file and an auto-generated chat transcript in our folder.
Oh, nice.
Button click here to view the welcome video. Slide, welcome.
I'd like to welcome you to the Intuit Academy Tax Level 1 training brought to you by Intuit.
Hey, at least this is
At
accessible.
Intuit, we believe in powering through prosperity by giving people access to tools and knowledge to enable them to take control of their financial and personal lives, which is why we built this certification training. Since you're here, it's clear that you have an aptitude for numbers and want to know more about the world of taxes. Maybe you're looking to switch careers, maybe you're a small business owner, or maybe you just have an interest in taxes. Whatever the reason, we're honored to be a part of your journey to the Intuit Academy Tax Level 1 training. In each lesson, you'll find a variety of content including hands-on practice activities, readings, knowledge checks, and graded quizzes. In this first course, you'll learn about filing statuses and requirements, sources of income, and qualified expenses. You'll review the W-2, 1040, and Schedule 1 forms. Now, before you jump in and begin your Intuit Tax Level 1 training journey, I want to leave you with a few parting words of advice. First, the intention of this course is to be flexible and fit into your life. You don't have to complete everything in one sitting. With that being said, we recommend you allow yourself plenty of time to review and complete the course material. Second, as you'll soon find, the content topics and skills build on one another, so you'll have several opportunities to practice important concepts. And lastly, remember, as with learning any new skill, you might not get it perfectly right on the first try. The important thing is that you keep practicing. Good luck and happy tax training.
All right. So, with those words, let's go ahead and see if we can do some more of this.
Main landmark frame clickable lesson content main rectangle. 01 will out of grouping toggle button press play slash clickable slide drop button replay. Toggle button top bar reach out of region blank. Top bar region navigation landmark. Out of reach out of frame out of grouping button continue. Additional lesson content has been loaded. Continued. Below is a learning roadmap that shows all of the courses you will navigate through during your Intuit Academy Tax Level 1 training journey. Graphic 03 adductive. Button continue. Out of frame Intuit Academy Tax Level blank. Intuit Academy
Okay.
frame clickable out of frame Intuit Academy Tax Level 1 filing status and qualifying dependents. OH 6718. Frame clickable lesson content main landmark button continue. Unknown. Additional lesson content has been loaded. Continued.
All right. So,
Heading level 2 one more thing. Graphic click button zoom image. Graphic clickable
zoom
desktop
image. Oh boy.
button zoom image. As you complete tasks in this course, you'll be able to track your progress by checking your personal gauge. List with 1 items bullet as you progress through the course. Your gauge will increase based on completing each section. Out of list keep it 100 and we'll celebrate with you at the completion of the training. Button let's get started.
All right, let's get started.
Continued. Lesson content main landmark toggle course overview button collapsed.
So now the training is going to begin.
Objectives heading level 1 lesson 2 of 10. Graphic objectives. Objectives. Heading level 3 in this module you'll learn how to list with 4 items bullet. Explain filing status. Bullet. Identify residency status. Bullet. Categorize eligible dependents. Bullet. Examine the requirements for filing a tax return. Out of list button continue.
All right,
Additional
sounds
lesson
fun.
content has been
Let's
loaded.
do
Intuit
it.
Academy document. Reflecting on the above continued. Reflecting on the above learning objectives. What are 1 or 2 things you hope to achieve by completing this module? Storyline grouping reflection block reuse frame clickable slide reflection block. Main landmark clickable type your answer here. Edit multi-line.
Okay,
Q
type
double A
something.
N T space E O L E A R N space A E space D A S I C S dot. Submit button.
Okay. Okay.
Check icon 1. Rectangle 1. Check icon. Thank you. Proceed below. Arrow 1. Top bar region navigation landmark. Out of region out of frame out of grouping button continue to the navigation page. Out of frame Intuit Academy tax level blank. Intuit Academy frame clickable lesson content main landmark button continue to the navigation. Out of frame Intuit Academy tax level frame. Continued. Lesson
Okay,
content main landmark toggle course overview button collapsed.
Now, we are almost done. Let's do a couple more things.
Heading level 1 Intuit Academy. Lesson 3 of 10. Choose your path. To complete this module, you'll need to take and pass the assessment with a score of 70% or higher. We recommend you learn the facts, apply your knowledge in the tax scenario, and pass the assessment. To complete the learning path, please choose your path below. Best of luck. Learn the facts. Is this topic new to you? Start here to learn the facts.
All right, so learn the facts.
Is this top button? Learn the facts.
Let's learn some facts, folks.
Lesson content main landmark toggle course overview button collapsed.
Okay.
Heading level lesson 4 of 10. Heading level 2 filing status. This section will share information about the impact of filing status on taxes. There are 5 different filing statuses and each has various dependencies that help determine the right selection for the right taxpayer. Before we jump in, click continue to test your filing status knowledge and show what you know by answering the question. Good luck. Button continue. Additional lesson content has been loaded. Figure as details graphic answer the question below to show what you know. Caption answer the question below to show what you know. Out of figure A taxpayers filing status determines the rate at which their income is taxed. Grouping clickable radio true. Radio button not check. Check true. Clickable false. Out of grouping button submit. But correct answer button out of frame into frame button take again. Feedback grouping correct. A taxpayer's filing status determines the rate at which their income is taxed. Out of group button continue. But additional lesson content has been loaded. Continued. Button take again. Continue. Did you get it right? Slide. Untitled slide. Storyline grouping yes no reuse frame clickable slide. Untitled main landmark clickable question icon 1. Freeform 1. Freeform 2. Freeform 3. Button no I didn't. Button yes I did.
Okay.
Check icon 1. Rectangle 1. Check great job. Proceed below to learn more. Arrow 1. Out of frame out of grouping button continue. Out of frame Intuit Academy tax level blank. Intuit frame clickable lesson content main storyline out of frame out of grouping button continue. Button. Additional lesson content has been loaded. Intuit Academy filing statuses can have a big impact on taxable income. Slide. Untitled continue below to learn more about the 5 different filing statuses. Storyline grouping TC0309 frame clickable main landmark slide. Untitled clickable rectangle 1. Button click here to learn about tax filing status. Missed controls. Toggle button not press volume. Volume slider A top bar region navigation landmark. Out of retoggle missed controls. Main landmark clickable button click here to learn about tax filing status. But slide
Filing
recommend direct
status
filing
is
status.
used to
Clickable rectangle.
determine tax filing requirements, standard deductions, eligibility for certain credits, and correct tax. There are 5 status types: single, head of household, married, filing jointly, married, filing separately, and qualifying widow, widower. Let's look at each one.
Okay.
Rectangle 3, rectangle 4, rectangle graphic click status types. Single head of household, married, filing jointly, married, filing separately, qualifying widow. Your filing status is used to determine your filing requirements standard for certain credits correct tax. Toggle button press play slash pause. Clickable slider 23.2 toggle button not pressed. Not
Filing
pressed.
status.
Pressed. Clickable button replay. Toggle volume slider toggle button top bar region out of region top bar region navigation landmark. Out of region toggle button not pressed closed top bar out of reach out of frame out of grouping button continue.
All right.
Button. Additional lesson content has been loaded. Intuit Academy document continued. Slide. Untitled slide.
So, while the tax stuff is definitely harder to navigate in some instances, it seems to be a little bit more accessible than the bookkeeping because there's not as many drag and drop functionalities. But I want to go through this first module together so we can see if that's the case.
When selecting a filing status, you must meet the requirements. Click below to learn more about filing a single head of household or as a qualifying widow. Storyline grouping TC03 status single frame clickable main landmark slide. Untitled slide. Clickable rectangle 1. Button click here to learn about type. But slide. Single
Select
activities.
the
Clickable select the
status
status
to learn more.
Really?
0. Button rectangular hotspot 1. Button
Oh
rectangular hotspot
boy,
2.
rectangular hotspot 1.
Button rectangular.
Not.
A tax
Okay.
filing status is single if the person has never been married, the person is divorced or legally separated under state law, the person was widowed before January 1st of the current year and they do not have a qualifying child, or they do not qualify for any other filing status such as head of household.
Okay.
Button rectangular hotspot 2.
Those hotspots, I would like to have better labels.
A tax filing status is head of household if the person paid for more than half the cost of keeping up a home, were unmarried or considered unmarried, and the qualifying person lived with them in the home for more than half the year. It's important to note, if the qualifying person is a dependent parent, he or she does not have to live in the same household. A person is considered unmarried on the last day of the year if they file a separate return. Paid more than half the cost of keeping up a home, their spouse did not live in their home during the last 6 months of the year. Their home was the main home of a child, stepchild, or foster child for more than half the year, and they are able to claim the child as a dependent, whether or not they actually do. If a person had someone living with them during the year, like Aaliyah, they'll need to answer questions pertaining to Aaliyah's residency for more than half of the year. These include questions such as, did Aaliyah live with them for more than half of the tax year, including any temporary absences? Was Aaliyah a qualifying dependent of another person? If Aaliyah did not provide more than half of her own support and she is a qualifying dependent, the filing status would be head of household.
Okay.
Button rectangular button rectangular.
If a person's spouse passed away in the current tax year, they'll need to determine if they wish to file a joint tax return with their deceased spouse. If yes, their filing status is married filing jointly. If their spouse passed away in the previous 2 years, they will need to determine if they have a qualifying dependent. If they do, they are able to file as a qualifying widower for the 1 or 2 years if they have not remarried. If a person files as a qualifying widower, they'll be asked whether their spouse died during one of the previous 2 years. If yes, they will be asked whether they were entitled to file a joint tax return with their spouse for the year their spouse died, and if they paid more than half the cost of keeping up a home in the current tax year for a qualifying dependent. If the answer is no to these questions, they're not eligible for this status.
Okay.
Graphic clickable single Adobe graphic clickable graphic click button single button head of house button qualifying widow blank toggle button press play slash clickable button replay toggle button volume slider toggle slide navigate button continue button toggle volume toggle button click toggle the main button single graphic button rectangular hotspot 2 graphic clickable button free select the stat button continue button head of household button toggle button not blank tags income status clickable ID E1K clickable filing status and ID clickable 0 slash clickable button unavailable previous clickable button unavailable next clickable 0 slash storyline grouping TC03 out of region slide nav top bar region out of frame out of storyline button rectangular hotspot 2 button rectangular.
A tax filing status is single if
Oh, no.
the person has never been married, the person is divorced or legally separated under state law, the person was widowed before January.
Click button replay toggle volumes toggle slide nav button continue. Top bar region navigation landmark. Out of region blank. Out of frame out of group and complete the content above before moving on. Graphic closed padlock. Out of frame Intuit.
I
frame
did.
complete story top out of region slide navigation
Alright.
landmark button continue.
This is where things get a little bit fun,
Button
folks.
previous. Toggle button not press closed volume slide toggle button not press button clickable slider 10.218. Toggle button main landmark clickable button qualifying widow button head of household button sync graphic clickable oh Adobe stock free. Graphic button rectangular hotspot 2. Button 4. Graphic buttons button head of buttons. Button head of button toggle button clickable button replay clickable button toggle button volume slide toggle button slide nav button continue. Top bar region navigation landmark. Out of region blank. Out of frame out of group and complete the content above before
I
moving
did,
on. Storyline grouping.
folks.
Graphic clickable widow. Graphic button rectangular hotspot 1. Button rectangular.
A tax filing status is head of household
Alright, I gotta
if
listen to this again, I
the
guess.
person paid for more than half the cost of keeping up a home, were unmarried or considered unmarried, and the qualifying person lived with them in the home for more than half the year. It's important to note, If the qualifying person is a dependent parent, he or she does not have to live in the same household. A person is considered unmarried on the last day of the year if they file a separate return, paid more than half the cost of keeping up a home, their spouse did not live in their home during the last 6 months of the year, their home was the main home of a child, stepchild, or foster child for more than half the year, and they are able to claim the child as a dependent, whether or not they actually do. If a person had someone living with them during the year, like Aaliyah, they'll need to answer questions pertaining to Aaliyah's residency for more than half of the year. These include questions such as, did Aaliyah live with them for more than half of the tax year, including any temporary absences? Was Aaliyah a qualifying dependent of another person? If Aaliyah did not provide more than half of her own support and she is a qualifying dependent, the filing status would be head of household.
Okay. I don't know why I made me listen to that twice.
Button rectangular hotspot 4. Graphic click button. Button rectangular hotspot 2. Button
If a person's spouse passed away in the current tax
graphic
year,
clickable single Adobe stock
they'll need to
424
determine if they
162
wish to file a
914
joint tax
graphic
return
clickable
with their
Adobe
deceased
stock single button.
spouse.
Head of house qualified
If
play left
yes,
pause toggle
their
replay button
filing
volume toggle
status
close
is
caption
married
slide
filing
navigation
jointly.
landmark previous button.
If their
Continue
spouse
button.
passed away in the
Top bar
previous
region out
2
of region out of frame
years,
out of group incomplete
they
the
will
content
need
above
to
before move out
determine
of button
if they
toggle
have a
volume slide rate.
qualifying dependent. If they do, they are able to file as a qualifying widow, widower for the 1 or 2 years if they have not remarried.
Toggle
If
button
a
clickable slider
person files
28.06
as a
toggle main left button
qualifying
qualifying
widow,
widow
widower, they'll be asked whether their spouse died during one of the previous 2 years. If yes, they will be asked whether they were entitled to file a joint tax return with their spouse for the year their spouse died, and if they paid more than half the cost of keeping up a home in the current tax year for a qualifying dependent. If the answer is no to these questions, they're not eligible for this status.
Okay. Hopefully it will let me
button head
continue.
of household button blank toggle button clickable slider fit button replay toggle volume toggle button slide navigate button continue top bar region navigation landmark out of region graphic closed padlock
Ugh.
out of blank tax income status clickable ID clickable button unavailable previous clickable button unavailable next
Okay,
heading
I've
level
reached a
main
blocker,
landmark
folks.
Intuit clickable close frame clickable button exit course lesson content heading level 1 topic 1 lesson 4 of 10 heading level 2 filings this section will different file for the right tab before we jump answering the continues figure as detail caption answer the cloud of figure grouping clickable radio button out of grouping A taxpayers filing status determines the rate at which their income is grouping true correctly clickable radio false correctly out of grouping feedback grouping correct out of grouping button take again continues did you get it right storyline grouping main landmark clickable rectangle 1 check icon 1 great job proceed arrow 1 blank out of frame out of grouping continues filing statuses can have a big continue below to learn more of storyline grouping TC0309 frame clickable main landmark slide recommend the correct filing status clickable 5 slide
Okay.
clickable 5 graphic clickable laptop.png graphic clickable calendar.png graphic clickable office phone.png
Not accessible.
group 1 graphic clickable image 2.f rectangle 5 rectangle 6 rectangle 7 rectangle 8 rectangle 9 rectangle 1 rectangle 3 rectangle graphic status types single head of household married filing graphic clickable clipboard.png your filing status is used to determine your filing for certain credits correct tax your filing status is used to determine your filing for certain graphic clickable glasses.png graphic toggle clickable slider 1.246 button replay toggle volume slider toggle button not press close storyline group rectangular hotspot 2 button rectangle single head of household quality place replay but volume close cat slide navigate continue button top bar region out of frame out of group incomplete the content above before moving on
There's an activity that's inaccessible and I can't move on. So it looks like I'm stuck here in Module 1 until I fix their stuff because there's an activity that's inaccessible. So I think I'll leave you guys at that. So Intuit, if you've watched this video all the way through, there's a few different themes that we should go ahead and make sure we think about. Labeling things, having accessible activities, making sure the user interface is intuitive for everyone, and of course, making sure that your videos are accessible. With all of that, though, folks, I think that I'm going to go ahead and depart for the night. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and leave it open for some more chat. So does anyone have any chat messages they would like to say? Because I would like to go ahead and just close up, but I want to see if we have any chats first. So this is your last opportunity to go ahead and get those chat messages in. Again, if you enjoyed this stream, please subscribe to my channel. I've got 463 subscribers right now. I'm trying to get up to 500. And I think I can do it with your guys' help. So please subscribe to my channel if you like my content and you want to know when I go live. I'm going to go live a lot more now, so be on the lookout. But I think that will do it for today's little episode here. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys soon. We've got our next book site podcast coming up on Tuesday, and I'm going to be interviewing my grandmother, so be on the lookout for that episode. But I don't hear any more chat messages, so I think I'm going to go ahead and close it up. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll talk soon.
Intuit Academy stream chat row 1 column 3 meeting controls row 1 meeting